Welcome, Spurs fans. Welcome, football fans who just like to have a good old laugh at Tottenham's expense. How you lot feeling? How you lot feeling after yesterday? I wasn't even going to make a video, I'm going to be honest. I was not going to make a video, but lo and behold, here I am making a video about this dreadful club. Why do I even bother? You don't know what? There's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start, but I'm not even going to have a rant today. That's how bad it is. I'm not having a rant today. There's no need to have a rant about this club anymore, because that's all we ever seem to do as Tottenham fans about this club. Well, serious Tottenham fans anyway, because what I came to realise yesterday, after the game, going through a few Spurs YouTube channels and reading comments from the Spurs official Instagram page and just the comment sections from a lot of Spurs fans YouTube channels and things like that, what I've come to realise is that a lot of fans have begun to convince themselves that a lot of Tottenham fans are entitled and we don't deserve to win. Imagine that. A football club with £1 billion stadium, richest London club, most profitable football club in London. What we like, 7th most profitable football club in the world also. You know what I mean? And we don't deserve anything. Highest paid season tickets. Even more than Manchester City, who be winning everything. So Spurs fans that have convinced themselves that some of us, like myself, are too entitled for wanting success. They've convinced themselves that. But it's like you're the same one out here paying the stupid amounts of money for a season ticket to watch the most inconsistent team in the league right now. And we're not even winning trophies, bro. So it's like, I've come to realize that Spurs fans are just lost in the source of their own madness. It's crazy, bro. Like, there's no explanation for it. Like, it's like trying to figure it out is just pointless at this point. Even Ange Postecoglou, he has this cult following. With Spurs fans right now, who truly believe that he's the guy to change everything for us. They truly believe he's the guy that's going to make a difference, even though we are playing poorly this season than we were last season. Imagine that. We are doing more poorly this season than we were last season, but they're convinced that Ange can change it around. They're convinced. So there were some stats that I saw earlier on today when I was watching one of the Spurs channels that I like to watch, and it's like the stats were flipping wild. Like, one clean sheet in like 22 Premier League games. What? One clean sheet in 22 Premier League games? What was it? I think like 4 away wins in 12 months or something like that. So we've had 4 away wins the entire year, which is Man City, Man United, Aston Villa, and I can't remember the 4th. But that's wild. So, like, all of these stats about Ange ball and Ange football is still not enough. It's still not enough to convince fans that, bro, we need to make a change, because their argument is, if we get rid of Ange, who else do we bring in? And I'm like, bro, there are plenty of managers out here right now who can do a whole lot better than Ange, who aren't as stubborn as Ange, who are more pragmatic than Ange, and are more versatile than Ange, and will use some of the players that have been stuck on the bench that Ange doesn't use. So, once again, what have we got now? We got 2 centre-backs injured because he decided to rush them back. Not one, both of them. He dropped Dragusin like Dragusin needed to be dropped. You just like, again, this is what I'm saying. Even though when a player performs well under this manager, as soon as like the actual first teamer gets back, dropped, go right back in. So he puts Romero and Van der Ven right back in instead of Dragusin and Van der Ven. What happens? We lose Romero within 20 minutes. Van der Ven didn't last the game. Couldn't even last up to his up to the point where he was going to be subbed. And now we've got them both out again. Like, bro, what are we doing? So then Archie Gray had to play as a centre-back. But, bro, you've got a left-back and a right-back sitting on the bench, bro. So, again, you don't know my position with Ange. I want the man gone. I feel like he's not built for it. I don't care who we bring in. Really and truly, I'd prefer we just bloody bring in Harry Redknapp until the end of the season, just so Harry Redknapp can put his arms around all of these players and get them to play some sort of swashbuckling football up until the end of the season. Because right now, I feel like we cannot risk losing out on these cup competitions that we're in right now. We cannot risk falling out, because I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to Rangers on Thursday. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't even want Spurs fans to be shocked if we lose on Thursday, because, bro, like, we can't beat anybody right now. Like, we can't beat anybody. But again, it leads back to the top. Like I've always said, it always goes to the top. The recruitment of the players, the recruitment of the manager, the recruitment of the backroom staff, the recruitment of the medical staff that can never seem to bloody get our players back in time. Like, dog. So again, I don't want to go into the whole, oh, Levy this and Levy that, and oh, Ange this and Ange that, and oh, it's the players and the players aren't good enough, and it's all a one thing, people. It's all a one thing. It's not this and it's not that. It's all together. It is everything. It's Ange saying that he didn't need a certain amount of players and he didn't want these players, or he wants to bring through the youngsters, but then you've gone and sent Ashley Phillips out on a flipping loan anyway. Most of our team is out on a loan, and the only ones left on the bench are players that who haven't played in the Premier League like that. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I don't know. Like, where do we go as football fans, as Spurs fans? Where do we go? Where do we go? Because there's nowhere else that we can go right now other than down, because that's where we're going. We're going down. We had Poch, who exceeded expectations every season. We finished second to Conte's Chelsea, and we decided to go 518 days without making a signing. 518 days without making a signing. That was a catalyst that should have sparked it for Spurs fans. Nah, it wasn't enough. So after that, when we went 518 days without making a signing and being unbeaten at the Lane, we get to a Champions League final. And what happens after a Champions League final? Still don't sign the players that we need to get to that next level. But remember the season before that, when we played Liverpool in the final, in that Champions League final, the season before that, what did Liverpool do? Coutinho, sorry mate, you got to go. This man, that man come into the squad, and they won the thing the next season. What did we do? Nothing. We did nothing, because that's what Tottenham do. Nothing. So we get rid of Poch now. Even though he exceeded expectations on a shoestring budget for like 4 seasons, we got rid of him. Still wasn't the catalyst. Fans were like, well, it was his time to go anyway. And then we bring in the most decorated. Again, you don't know this. Brought in Mourinho, sacked him days before a final, and still that wasn't enough to spark anybody. It wasn't enough to spark the light in anybody's head to be like, no, you know what? It's clear that that the owners and the chairman, the board people, they don't want to win anything. They just want to fill up their pockets and make this moolah. Still wasn't enough. So when you state that argument to some of the fans, they'll be like, oh well, because Levy didn't want to have to pay him his win bonus, innit? Levy didn't want to pay him So what the fudge does that tell you, pew? Like, what does that tell you lot then? If we've got a chairman who will sack a manager because he doesn't want to have to pay out his bonus, really? And then we had the Conte outburst, that still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough. We had fans saying Conte's out of order for saying what he said about our dreadful club. Like, bro, it's the truth. It's the truth, bro. So, like, Nobody cares about whether facts are positive or negative. It's just facts. It's just the truth, bro. You have to take it in, and we didn't. Now here we are, all of a sudden, we must stick with Ange. For no reason other than we don't want to have to keep going through managers. But we already go through managers, people. I told you this. We go through managers. This is normal. It's normal for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club to just go through managers. That's what we do. Bro, I'm not gonna rant. Again, like I said, I don't want to talk about the game. I don't want to talk about the players. That hasn't already been said by so many people. Don't want to speak about the manager. That hasn't already been said by so many people. As you know where I stand, I feel like he needs to go. Levy, as you guys know, I've wanted my man out since Harry Redknapp's infamous January transfer window. I've wanted him gone since then. Here we are. It's too late. It's too late. Like somebody else said on their channel as well, it's far too late to even try to get rid of him now, unless you guys who pay that money to go to the stadium are willing to lose out on money, because that's the only way you gain something. You gain big if you're willing to lose. So if you guys aren't willing to lose your little 60, 70, 80, 90 pound for your ticket because you want to try and resell it, then bro, there's really no point in trying to fight this thing. Because if you own a season ticket and you're on the mode of like, nah, F Levy needs to go, and I'm trying to hurt his pockets, then you're not going to hurt his pockets if you don't turn up to the game but still sell your ticket to somebody else who buys it within 5 seconds. Because that's what people are doing. There are still people willing to buy these tickets within 5 seconds. So unless you're willing to lose out on money in order to gain, we're going to be right here again. So yeah, people, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Trust me, I'll be back again on Thursday, depending on what happens with that flipping Europa League match. It's gonna be a long season, people, man. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be a long season. But look, man, Spurs fans, we gotta try and get together anyway, man. We need to come together now. All of these pockets of fans, like the Ange cult over there, and the Levy apologists over there, and the Levy outers here, and the bring back Pochi over there, and we all gotta come together, bro. Because if we all love this club, we all have to come together at some point and try to make big change for this club, bro. Because it's been 25 years and it's been the same old shit, same shit. And I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of being tired of this club. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. If you guys like the video, I mean, if you guys enjoyed it, wipe your feet at the door, like the video, subscribe. And I'll have more videos for you guys again on Thursday, man. It's just long. It's long.